I just wanted to record my guitar, that's it. I didn't want to do anything fancy. Leaving school and thinking what I should do with my life now, I was saying, yeah, I should do audio. Now, do I recommend going to school for audio? Do not. So I pretty much did everything, and I found that the things that made money are actually the... Later that day, I got an email by... Hello, I am Alejandro Hernandez. I am 28 years old now, and I made this animation that I just found in 2015. I was 22, if I'm not mistaken, and I started Reapertips in around 2016, so this is about a year later. This animation, I found it and I haven't seen it in so long. I made this animation to promote my Patreon. And also in other news, I just made my Patreon account where you guys can support me. And I kinda told my life story, so I thought it would be fun to react to this as you get to know me and what I've been doing with my career and all that. Yeah, it'll be fun. So come join me. So long story short, by the way, this is a very shitty this is a very shitty drawing. So excuse me for that. But I thought it would be fun. I don't know how to draw. Obviously, but I thought it would be cool to make a sort of Binding of Isaac style animation to tell my story. So yes, let's roll with this. So this is me, Alejandro, age 12. I started playing guitar at age 12, and I was a really happy boy playing guitar. And I still am a very happy guitar boy. I really love guitar. This is the thing that started everything to me. Honestly, I picked up the guitar, and since then, most of the things I do are guitars based somehow. So time passed, and I was 14 years old, and I was looking at YouTube. This is in 2007. I was trying to come up with some content. I guess I was trying to say like, oh yeah, it's been 8 years since I started my YouTube channel in this when I uploaded this. So it's been way longer than that now. It's long, right? It's long. I guess I was trying to say that I've learned a lot and that I made a lot of YouTube friends. Yes, this is one of the best things about getting into upload content on the internet. Is getting to know people that do the same things as you do. And these wonderful people actually became some of my best friends that I still talk to today. And it's so crazy that I made these friends back when I was 19 and I still talk to them, and just amazing. And you know who you are, and I love you so much. So yeah, these are my YouTube friends. So this is how it all started. I usually put my phone camera, you know, those really old phones, the Nokia phones, really shitty quality. I would put that phone on a chair or something, just like you see it there, and with a bunch of boxes, I will put it to the right height. And then with a speaker, I would put the song I was doing. In this case, it was a lot of Metallica covers, and then my amplifier, which is actually right in there as well. It's the same amplifier, and it was me in my bed just playing Metallica covers or whatever band I used to listen to in that era. So yeah, it was the worst audio quality and the worst video quality, but it was very motivating. I really enjoyed that. So I put a lot of covers for that. And then one day I wanted to step up my game. I wanted to become better. So I was having trouble with my computer. My computer was really, and it was smoking like this. And I think I read on the internet that you need an interface to properly record your guitar. So I got an interface. Oh, and guess what? I still have my first ever interface with me. Line 6 UX1, the best thing of all time. I'm just so happy that I still have this with me. It came with Podform, and if you don't know for Podform, that's the best amp sim that has ever existed. Honestly, Honestly, it's not nostalgia. It's just the best. Like, look at this. It was just the best interface. You got the best amps, and it just all came with your interface. And you're ready to rock. You're ready to just get yourself out there with just this thing. It was the best. And I connected my guitar to my computer, and I remember downloading Cubase 5 and installing all these things, and I just wanted to record my guitar. That's it. I didn't want it to do anything fancy. I just wanted better quality of my guitar at least. So my recordings started to become a little bit more high quality, if you could say so. So yeah, I started making more videos, and then I really liked. I think I was overwhelmed with the many possibilities that I could do. Yeah, me gusta. I like it. Um, BGM. Yeah, I found love for video game music. I started to really like and appreciate video game music, and I started making covers of video game music. The things I love, like Mega Man music, Zelda music, Pokemon music, all these things. And I thought it would be fun to make covers of these songs in metal style and all these crazy genres that I used to be into. So this was a really fun journey. And the thing that made it the best is that I finally got an audience. And the audience was like one or two comments. And my previous videos were like 0 comments and 0 likes. So finally I put out a Mega Man cover and I got a couple of comments, and I was like, this is amazing. Like, finally someone watches my videos. So I thought this was the best thing, and I should keep going with this. So I started making more Mega Man covers, and then I started to see more and more people in my comments, like 5 or 6, but it was still the best to me. So it felt like, there's something in here. So I kept going with that, and I wanted to take this even more serious. And I remember one day I wanted to just get better. So I would type on Google how to sound professional, how to get better at mixing, and all these things. Like, and I started learning about mixing, mastering, and all of these things like EQing, compressor, and just eventually, yeah, audio became my top interest. Then guitar, then video games, then music for some reason. I have it that low, and five is me. What the hell? What does that mean? But yeah, audio was my most favorite thing, audio production. So I roll with that. So yeah, this is me loving audio production and loving video game music. So I wanted to do somehow audio and video game music, like merge it together into one thing. So that's why the video game covers were so good, because I was able to practice my audio production skills while having fun, understanding how video game music works, and getting inspired to maybe this is a possibility to make a career out of this. Maybe this could be a thing that I could do. So yeah, I was thinking and thinking and thinking. Not sure what that means. Also, more. I guess I wanted more video games. Yeah, I started making a lot of video game covers. I started getting a decent audience, so that was really cool. I learned a lot, and during this time I also tried to up my video editing skills and all of these things to also make the visuals look really cool. So that was a really good way to practice production in some way. So yes, in here I was like thinking that maybe I could have a career in video game music. I could do game audio for a living. So I was just about to be done with school. So this is me giving the middle finger to the school for some reason. I don't know why I did the middle finger. I really loved my time at school, so I'm not sure. I was just leaving school and thinking what I should do with my life now. And I was saying, yeah, I should do audio production for a living. I wanted a career in audio in some way, so that was my main goal. So in order to do that, uh, shit isn't going right in Venezuela. So by that time, when I was about to be done with school, Venezuela was not doing well. It's still not, it is, but at that time, it was like I kind of saw staying in Venezuela was failure and that my dreams are in the US for some reason. Mostly because there was no audio production school in Venezuela, so my logic was that I had to go to school for audio, so I had to go to the US. So luckily, my very supportive father said, it's okay, you can go to the US and get that career that you want. So I'm very, very blessed. And I was able to go to the US. I went to Full Sail. It was about 3, 4 years in there. And then 2 years after that, I stayed in the US. Eventually, I came back to Venezuela and I've been here since then. And it's all been fine. And during my time at school, I really wanted to find the best industry for me. So I pretty much did everything. I started with post production for movies and sound design, and then I really wanted to do game audio. So I joined a few indie companies and I started doing sound design for them. I also did composing and many things really. I also did a lot of sample editing and also very tedious podcast editing stuff. It was a really fun experience and I learned so much. Now, do I recommend going to school for audio? I do not. It's so expensive. Like I say, I was very fortunate that my dad was able to afford it, but honestly, I do not recommend having this much debt for a career that is so difficult to make money with. A lot of the things I learned was by my own experience, to be honest, and a lot of the experience with other people were just people on the internet and collabing with people on the internet. So I think you can do a lot of things at home and learn so much at home that there's really no need for school for this. But nevertheless, I met a lot of amazing people, so it was a really good time and I really appreciate it. Okay, I think I went ahead a little bit, so let's finish this thing. I had to say goodbye to to my family pretty much and also my girlfriend back then. Um, yeah, it was me at age 18 going to a whole new country and I'm about to live by my own in an apartment and going to a school in another language. My English wasn't that great, so it really helped me learn English, like being forced being there. Okay, so now to give you a quick recap of what happened after school, I'm trying to make a living with audio. I tried a lot of things, mastering, editing, video, video, and I found that the things that made money are actually the most boring jobs. Usually like sampling or editing and all these tedious stuff like podcast editing and all those things are the ones that make save money, able to pay your bills with this. It's not really fun and I did that for 2 years. I did sampling for 2, 3 years, I think. It was not great, but nevertheless, every time I had a free time for myself, I would spend it doing a big personal project. So a lot of the videos on my YouTube channel are big personal projects that I put a lot of work into it, and that's kind of how I got pretty much this such a diverse set of skills that I have today. I put a lot of effort into this. Really, like you will see very silly video ideas or very specific and niche kind of things, but I would go hard on it. I would learn so many programs and I would learn so many techniques and lighting and cameras and all these things. Check this out. This is a build-up, and then explosion. and then the tapping. So good. I love it. It's so cool. Very proud of this thing. My favorite. Yeah, I owe a lot of my skills to that YouTube channel, honestly. And not only that YouTube channel, but also the Reapertips page I started on Instagram in 2019. You see, I really wasn't that great at designing, but I really wanted to post Reapertips in there. So I kind of forced myself to create and post content in there daily. So thanks to those skills that I got, those skills being graphic design, video editing, marketing, and just overall production, so many things that involve creating content. Thanks to those skills, I was able to kind of transition into a better paid job, and it all happened so unexpectedly. One day I was trying to figure out what to post over my Instagram for Reapertips, and I saw this plugin by Joy Sturgis-Jones, Joel Wanasek Boss Glue, and I said, let's make a plugin review. I can make a plugin review for Instagram. So I had this idea of making a carousel. I used to make a lot of carousel design style posts over Instagram. The idea was I'm gonna buy the plugin, I'm gonna test it out, and I'm gonna make a review in a carousel style. Each slide is gonna be about each of the modules. So I thought that was really clever because you will be able to swipe and see and hear what the plugin does, and I can write my review about it and what it does, explain the product, and it will be a really fun experience, right? So I bought the plugin, I did it, and I posted it. I tagged the account, and to my surprise, a lot of people really like this kind of style of post. So I really didn't expect it because it was not something I usually do.
You've got mail.
So to my surprise, later that day, I got an email by Joy Sturgis himself. I was freaking out, obviously, because yes, this is a guy that I very much admire for my whole life. He really liked the post that I made, and he wanted me to make something like this for a new product, which eventually was Howard Benson Buckles. And I was like, I have never been paid to be a graphic designer or to design anything for anyone. Then he told me like, yeah, he wants something that's literally just like that, but for the new plugin. And I was like, okay, I think I can do that. Then suddenly I was making more money doing graphic design than I was doing with audio. And it finally all clicked to me. I just need to be doing stuff that requires audio knowledge, be a graphic designer or video editor or just anything in the audio area where it's so niche that it's very difficult to find graphic designers that already know audio. So that limits the market, less competition, and more gigs for me. So yeah, it all clicked in my head. I need to be doing more of this. I started doing more designs for Joy, and eventually he offered a full-time position. I worked in there for about 2 years, I believe. I met a lot of amazing people, and I made a lot of things that I'm super proud of with them. So it was a major growth in my career. It was like a breakthrough moment. Like, this is what I need to be doing. So after that, it's been pretty much smooth sailing. I'm just doing graphic design and video editing and production in general for people in the audio industry. So that is a really, really cool thing. Because even though I'm not doing audio like directly, which I get to do sometimes, it's still production. It still involves a level of production that you usually have in audio. So I still love it. So yeah, I eventually became what I like to call a full stack designer, or if you can call it like that, because I'm someone who knows how to make a website, how to implement the website, how to make a video, how to do a marketing plan, how to do so many things that I've learned during my experience on the internet that just I'm able to do pretty much anything. And now I'm using all of those skills in Reapertips. That's how you see all of those things like being so polished. It's because of all of the experience I have gained over the years. So all of those things added up to what I am today. So I'm very proud of all of that. I'm very proud of the Reapertips website. I'm very proud of all of the I'm getting emotional. I'm very proud of all of the things I have launched. The Reapertips theme was very well received. That's a lot of years that I wanted to make this and forcing myself to learn. So yeah, I just put my very best to whatever it is I'm doing and always learning something new every day. And I think that's what makes anyone very valuable. It's the experience of doing many things and failing a lot of times that you're able to grow from it. And yeah, that's how my career has shifted from doing very low paying jobs and boring jobs to more fun stuff that I enjoy and don't hate. And I'm able to do now audio as a hobby, and that's honestly the biggest relief so far. Just seeing audio as a hobby and not as my full-time thing changed my life. I was having so many problems with audio being my full-time thing because I always felt like I needed to prove myself whenever I put something out. I needed to be the best audio production there is, and a lot of times I just wanted to put things out. A lot of things I didn't put out because it was not as polished. Not having this weight on me that audio is my main thing now is a big relief, and being able to do it as a hobby is honestly a big privilege, and I'm very fortunate that I'm able to do it on my free time while I'm able to pay my bills with things I don't hate and I'm good at. So, in conclusion, if I had to say some final words, I would say have your thing that pays the bills that maybe it's not too great, like keep doing that, and always have something on the side that you're polishing some sort of skill. In better words, never stop learning and trying new fun things. And two, try to find a very niche market that you could fit in with your skills. The more specific, the less competition and more demand will be. For example, maybe you love audio and programming. There's a big demand for audio programmers. Or maybe you love audio and user experience. There's probably a big demand of interface designers for audio companies. Or maybe you love guitar and music theory and you happen to be a good video editor. There's probably a guitarist out there that needs help creating content and courses and stuff like that. This is what I'm currently doing. Start a YouTube channel or something like that. Like, this side project leveled me up so much. And I think that's it. Nevertheless, leave me a comment with any question. I'm happy to share any other experience. I'm sure I'm still missing a lot of things, and I'm so grateful for all of your support. If it wasn't for you and all of the people that have commented, this would have never happened. My main motivator is the comments, is the likes. Yes, I know it's an unhealthy thing, but I really like those. So, yes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.